Next, we're going to go ahead and talk about how to do this little logo at the top and also our site icon. Your site icon might look totally different than this. Actually, in the demo, what I'm going to do is just put initials in there instead of having an actual image, but you can always change it to be whatever you'd like it to be. In order to do this, we're going to go ahead and use Photoshop. If you have some other option like GIMP or PaintShop Pro or something like that, that's great. If you have no clue how to do any of this, again, I urge you to contact selfpublishingsite.com. You can find that information on my website. Okay, so we're going to jump into Photoshop real quick here, and I'm going to go ahead and create a brand new image of 245 by 50, and I want it to be transparent, and the resolution is 72 pixels. Go ahead and click OK, and we'll see that it shows up right here in the center. I'm going to choose the text tool, and I'm going to make sure it's left justified. Now, sometimes when you click in here, it kind of goes all over the place, but let's hope we get it about right. Looks like it'll be about right. And I'm going to go ahead and set my caps lock key on and just type out my name here. Okay, and then I will click that I'm done, and I'm going to go ahead and bring this down and somewhat center it there in the middle. Now you can also obviously do this with any font that you want. I happen to have Chunk 5 selected here, but you can get plenty of fonts. And there's a really great site out there for fonts. It's called DaFont or DaFont. And I'm sure there are many others as well. I know I use others also, but dafont.com, and just make sure that you're looking for fonts that allow you to do things, commercial free. And so then what you'll do is you can also choose the color here if you want, and let's say that you want it to be a yellow or a green or whatever. Now sometimes this is going to look washed out here, but if you happen to have a black background, this will stand out really nice. Remember, that's what the transparency around this is for. For me, I'll just go ahead and stick with this kind of a bluish color here. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and save this thing out. Now you should save it as a PSD file, so that way you can always open it and alter it. Maybe you change your color of your site and everything else. So what I'll do is I'll just call this, oops, let me take off the caps lock real quick, call it site logo as a PSD file, and then I will also save it as a PNG file. The PNG, you can also do a GIF, but I usually do PNGs. That will save the transparency as well, and I just leave the options the same. So at this point now we do have this logo and it's ready for our site. The next thing we want to do is we want to create our initials up here in this little corner. So we're going to do a new image, and this one we're going to set as 32 by 32, and we'll keep it as a 72 resolution and transparent background. Okay, and now we're going to go back into the text tool, and again, I'm not sure if this will actually stay on the screen or not. Let's see. And I'm going to type in just JL, and it's a little off the screen. So I'm clicking the Move tool, and now just use my down arrow to bring it down. You can also just use your mouse if you want to do it that way. It doesn't have to be perfectly centered, just somewhere around the center of it. And again, you can always change the font and the size and so on to make it look nice in this area. So we'll go ahead and we'll save this. Again, I'm going to save the PSD first. So I'm going to call it Site Fave Icon. Or you can also just call it Fave Icon, or, well, whatever you want actually. And then we'll go ahead and do the same thing as a PNG file. Okay, we'll save that out. And now we're going to come over here to our dashboard. Now I'm working on the demo site here, so it's not actually going to impact my personal home author site, but this is just to give you an example. So at this point we're going to be on our dashboard. This assumes that you've already installed the theme and the plugins and all that stuff. So as you can see, here's the Bloom plugin information that we saw installed, and here's Divi. And what we're going to do is we're going to go over Divi and we're going to go to Theme Options. And this brings us to the Divi Theme Options page. We're going to be looking at the logo and the Fave Icon fields to replace with what we just built. So we're going to click on Upload. Then we're going to choose, I've already gone through and uploaded these. Then we're going to go ahead and choose the site logo. and we're going to then choose the Fave icon. So we have these two guys in here. Um, you can go through here and look at the various options, obviously, but we're not going to really cover most of this stuff here today. So we just click Save Changes, and at this point you should be able to go and view your front page and see that the icon is indeed at the top, and also your logo is sitting up near the menu section. All right, so we'll move on to the next video.